Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Fitness Over Everything podcast, also known as the FOEcast. This is a fitness, health, entertainment, and personal development podcast. And in today's episode, we are talking about what it takes to succeed and what it takes to accomplish your goals. We by no means are successful people. We're not where we want to be, but we do know a thing or two about achieving your goals, setting a goal and accomplishing it, and what it takes to do that. But before we get into that and some of the quotes we live by, and before we discuss them, we have a little bit of an intro portion. And today's episode, we talked about Cubes running. He recently just went for a run and almost passed out due to some sort of dehydration issue. We also talk about injuries. We talk about our favorite public speaker and author, David Goggins, who's a badass. If you don't know who he is, look him up. We then get into video games because your boy's trying to get back into playing video games. I enjoyed them when I was a kid. I used to play a shit ton of them. So I'm trying to find something to get back into it, find a game that I might enjoy because I've been struggling lately, but I do want to play video games again at some point in my spare time. And then we get into movies and shows, some movies we've currently watched in the past couple of days, some shows we're currently watching and getting into. We talk a little bit about that. And then we get into superheroes because me and my girlfriend are currently catching up on all of the Marvel movies. We talk about my superhero addiction because I'm a nerd. And we talk a little bit about that, my favorite superhero and whatnot. And then we get into the army and talk about the military and stuff like that. But without further ado, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. If you do, give us a rating, share with a friend, share with a family member, someone who may benefit from the advice given in this episode. But without further ado, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yeah, like fucking shoving each other in the fucking wall and shit.
No, like just, like right now, like just start talking like randomly and just like start bullshitting.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like just like that chair just fell.
Just like that.
Shit like that. No, but like I feel like we don't talk enough, like, and then and it's so awkward, like at the beginning of the episodes and stuff like that, where I'm like, "Hey, Cubes,
Hey,
what's
Cubes,
up?"
how was your day?
You know what I mean? It's so like unnatural. It should be more like this, where we just like start fucking talking. But either way, like, so we like just before we started recording, like you're training, like you're running the other day.
Yeah,
you almost
Saturday.
passed out.
Yeah, I almost passed out.
How?
Shit was fucking crazy. Because I don't think I had enough water in me, so I was like dehydrated, and I just had like. I felt like I had a weird feeling in my stomach. I don't know if it was because of what I ate, if it was what I ate too much of, or it was just I waited too long. I mean, yeah, I waited too, I should have waited a little bit longer to go out and train, because I only did 4 miles. 4 miles.
4 miles. We're going to talk about your running and during this episode, because I'm curious.
Yeah,
I got some questions for you.
Yeah.
4 miles. That doesn't seem like a lot for you.
Oh, dude, it was fucking...
That's only 5K? Just over a 5K? That's...
that's not... Yeah. But I was going late. I wasn't really... And then also...
What was your pace? Do you how do you base your running anyways?
Or, so...
do you okay, this run, I just want to run this distance and I want to keep this pace? Is that how you do it? Or
so
is it
all right, so
because I don't fucking know shit.
So I'll know more about this when I have the trainer and stuff.
Yeah, because you didn't. When did you start running? When was when you found out okay, I really like running, so I'm a runner now.
Okay, last year,
because I know you lifted obviously. You did some workouts and stuff.
Last year, right during probably mid March was probably because right when I got home from Florida. I went on my one of my first runs. I've ran before, but when I started to get really into it, it was mid-March because it was right when we got back from Florida, right when the pandemic shutdown happened. And
I don't even know if you can say that word.
The P word?
The P word.
Okay, so we'll
no, just continue.
But yeah, that was when I had
You know what I just realized? I never set the timer.
Fuck. Damn, man.
Continue.
Alright, that was when I had the motivation to start not even just to run, but to start getting more in shape. Because that was when I wasn't really that I wasn't really that healthy. I wasn't eating really that much of fast food and stuff, but I was still I wasn't eating I still drink soda and stuff. But I remember, I only ran, I think the first time I ran 2 miles, and the pace wasn't good, because I ended up, I just knew I wasn't, because I wasn't,
I feel like everyone's, ran a mile before, so,
yeah,
you just,
definitely.
When you run a mile, you're it's nothing, and then when you, go past a mile, you're holy shit.
Yeah, you can
because,
feel
a mile's nothing,
no,
I can run a mile and just be fine.
Yeah, it's right down the street, yeah. Yeah, if I run like, if I run over like 5 miles, that's when I'll have it's called the Nike Run Club app. And
yeah, which it used to not be Nike. It used to be like a different app. It changed to Nike. Yeah, same thing with Adidas. I'm like, pretty because I have an app on here that's like, I don't have it anymore. I deleted it because I don't fucking run anymore. But it was like it was just like a running fitness app or whatever. And then eventually like it updated and it was the Adidas running. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
so they
Adidas bought it.
Yeah. Or you know what was cool was like after like your runs and stuff when you stopped it, like I never knew this, but Kevin Hart he's run like over like 4 marathons. So he's like does like things with like Nike and stuff. I'm pretty sure he sponsors Nike. Yeah. And
he has his own shoe, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it a Nike shoe?
Yeah, I think it actually is.
So
it's
that
like
makes sense.
Yeah.
And he has his own clothing brand.
Yeah,
it's like
that is
Fabletics, right?
Yeah.
I want to try them out. They're probably good.
No, I bet. Yeah, his shorts are like really
it's like
good.
specifically for like running. Yeah, but you have to. So the thing with that is it's a subscription. You got to pay like 30 something a month in order to get the clothes and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's not like you can just go online and just But yeah, he'll like, they'll have like a video of him and he'll post it and he does like every day and it'll be like, oh, good job for, whatever how many miles you ran and stuff. It's actually kind of funny. And then he's just like, you got it next time, his like fucking voice and shit. It's funny as shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, when if I do more than 5 miles, that's when I'll track it and stuff. But if I'm doing shorter than that, I really don't like focus on. I mean, I'll focus.
You got this though. You got your Apple Watch. Do you track it on there at least?
Sometimes it just depends.
I turn it on for every workout I do, like even my walks and stuff like that. I just turn it on to see how long it is, just to make sure, because like I'm doing phase 2 right now, so it has to be 45 minutes. So I'm just making sure that. Yeah. But also like I don't know, I'd like to like fuck around, like see how many steps I get, and like see like
definitely.
I like to see my heart rate zones and stuff like that.
Heart rate's good. Yeah, I do. That's why I do like this.
Like I don't know what the fuck like has to do. Like I know there's like a way you can do like zone training and stuff like that, and there's like optimal zones for like fat burning or like stuff like that. But I just like to see like what my heart rate gets up to and like certain exercises. Like I know damn well like today when I was squatting, my shit got up to like 140.
That's crazy.
It's like, but if I'm just like curling or whatever, just 100. It's like
do you ever see those things that
Wait, question. Do you know what your resting heart rate usually is?
No.
Like you never like just check?
No.
Because like mine, I can see my heart rate like right there. God damn! Don't come close to my shit.
My bad.
We'll fix that out. It just screeched really loud. But like my heart rate right now pops up here. It's 80 because like I just worked out, so it's still like coming down. Yeah. But like usually if I'm like laying in bed or whatever, it's like 45, 50. Like I'm really low. Yeah. So people who work out like often, like yours is probably low too. It's like because when I went to my doctors like recently, they were like, "Do you work out a lot?" And I was like, "Yeah." Like yeah, glad you noticed because they like my heart rate was low or whatever. So like that's normal for like people who like do. She actually specifically asked me, "Do I do a lot of cardio?" I was like, I walk.
My epilepsy doctor, when I went in a couple months ago, she asked if if I ran and stuff because of something like that. It was like my blood pressure and all that kind of stuff. I just fell.
So you're running,
I just fell in love with it, man. Like it's just that type of thing that like it's like my therapy. You know how like they say nature's like free fit therapy.
So you like running outside more than like a treadmill?
Yeah. Nah,
well, treadmill's fixed. That's cheating.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like it's not. You know what I mean? Like it's not bad to like if you do like you want to do like a warm up, you just do like a mile or half a mile. Like that's fine on a treadmill. But like, or if you're just starting out, then it's like, you know what I mean? But like,
or if you're just like warming up or like doing like your 30 minutes of cardio or whatever. But like and like when you're like running like
when you're running on a daily basis, do
it outside so you can like condition your feet. Speaking of. My feet suck.
Really?
Dude, I hate my feet. Like, my feet... So, I've been working, like, pretty frequently lately. And, like, I stand all day. I can't sit. Like, I could, but I just choose not to. And anyways, like, you burn more calories when you're standing anyway. So, like, I kind of like being up on my feet, like, all day and stuff like that. But, like, I haven't worked in so long that, like, my feet just get mad sore because I'm just standing all day. Yeah. So, like, today they're not bad because, like, they're kind of getting conditioned to it now. But like, dude, my first couple of shifts, I was just like, I came home, I just took my shoes off, and I was just like, it was like orgasmic, bro. Like, it just fucking, like, my feet have been killing me.
Damn.
Just from, like, standing. Like, I'm not even doing anything. Like, I'm not walking. Like, I'm getting, like, my steps in. Like, but that's normal. I get my steps in, like, I get 10 to 15,000 a day anyways. But my feet don't hurt like that. So, like, now it's just, like, if I'm standing, like, it's just fucking, they just kill after.
Yeah.
I'm alright, though. I'm not a pussy, so.
No, don't complain. Fuck it.
Yeah, it's rough too. Like training, like today, I hit legs and like my feet are a little sore, so it's like kind of interferes with that too.
Or it's like you don't want to get like you don't want to get like splints too in your like your legs and your feet and stuff. Cause
my shit's all fucked up already,
really?
bro. I've sprained my ankle so many times. I've like got people diving helmet first into my shins.
That's like what's it called? I heard it's like a like they said there was like something like it was like this dude that he like sprained. It was a basketball player. He like I don't know if it was Derrick Rose, but like when he did something to his ankle, like over time, if you don't get it like checked out, like or you get surgery on it, it can like make it worse, and then it could just like.
Or you can pull a David Goggins and it would just heal itself.
Yeah, but
he just continued his body.
He's just a different human being.
No, so his like methodology behind it was the fact that like. His body realized, all right, this motherfucker's not going to let it, like, he's not going to get surgery, he's not going to get these fixed, so we got to fix this shit ourselves. So then his body just fixed it, and, like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't have to get surgery or nothing. His body was just like, this motherfucker's not going to do it, so we got to do it on our own.
No, but honestly, though, I felt like I felt like it was, like, a David's Gong moment, because, so, you know, like, when it's, like...
I know you have a speech like impediment, but it pisses me off sometimes when you fuck up his name. You fuck up his name, bro. Like, dude, if that motherfucker heard it, he'd be like, "What the fuck?"
Oh no, he'd be like, "Dude, I have a problem like that too. We'll get over it sometime."
Yeah, well, he used to. He doesn't anymore, but yeah. Maybe this podcast will be your way out of it.
Maybe
just talking all the time on this podcast.
You never know. Maybe
that'd be nice.
That'd be fucking dope.
But yeah, you always like fuck up his name. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
I want to read his book again. I just listened to both of the podcasts that he was on, Joe Rogan's, like both episodes he was on, and I also I listened to a couple other episodes. Like he was on Power Project, which I listened to like frequently. I went back and listened to that in the feed and stuff like that. And that motherfucker is just something else.
Dude, fucking like, jeez. You know what's crazy too is how he he doesn't even focus really on the weight. He focuses on the reps, bro. You know what I mean? And that motherfucker's built.
Yeah,
like,
he's a big dude.
Straight up built, dude. Like, he's like a big dude. Like, he's not like, you know, he's not like a bodybuilder, but he's just like...
Well, he looked like one, like, back when he was like 200 pounds, like...
Yeah,
like, after he, like, got pulled out of active duty and stuff like that and was a Navy SEAL recruiter, like, he was a big motherfucker. He was 200-something pounds, and he was, like, jacked, like...
Yeah.
But, then he started doing, like, the ultra marathons and shit like that. No, but yeah, my shit's all fucked up. I'm gonna be that dude like when I'm older, like with a cane and shit like that.
From
like my knee,
sucks, bro.
I tore my meniscus in my knee like senior year for football. Didn't let it heal because I wanted to play. So then that was fucked up. I got surgery on it. Didn't give it enough time to heal.
Yep.
And I'm a big boy, so like walking on a fucked up knee when you're 280 pounds is not fun. And then like I've sprained my ankles, both of them, multiple times.
Damn, you're a fucking mess.
Yeah, actually, I have these lumps on my shins. I don't know if you can feel them. No homo, but...
I kind of feel it, like, right
here. Yeah. That, I don't know what they're from, but I have them on both things. This one's worse. Feel this one.
Oh, shit. Yeah,
it used to be... They used to be huge, like, because my legs were obviously bigger when I was bigger. But I remember this one. This one's bigger because of the fact I had someone dive helmet first into my shin, like, one time. Like when they were trying to like cut block me or something like that. I'm surprised my leg didn't just snap because like, it was like locked. Bro, it was like someone just dove right into it. So that's why that bump's there. And like, did you ever like feel like weird things in your it's like shin splints.
Shin splints.
Yeah, I had shin splints. I just fucking dealt with it because like everyone had that shit in football. It's just a thing that you get.
Yeah.
Speaking of football, do you ever play Madden? Like, do you play Madden games? Dude, I've been like. I played a game of Madden with Nick Echo-Harder like a couple weeks ago, dude. Yeah. And dude, I just want to get back into video games, bro.
Really?
I miss video games.
I haven't played.
Yeah, were you ever into video games?
Honestly, not really. I wasn't like, I mean, I did it 1 year. I did. I think it was like my senior year of high school. I like played 2K and like FIFA and NHL too.
So you were a sports game guy?
Yeah, I didn't fucking.
I liked Call of Duties and shit, bro.
That shit was just annoying, bro. I fucking sucked at that game.
I was nasty. That's the thing, bro.
Were you good at zombies?
I was really good at like everything, like just any like all the Call of Duty game. Like I'm not even trying to brag. Like I was really good. Like you can even ask like Fader. Like all these like shooting games and stuff that we play and stuff like that, dude. We used to like just fry kids. Like we used to be nasty. I used to be in like clans and stuff like that, and like. I wanted to do like YouTube and stuff like, dude. Imagine if I did.
Dude, you can stream, bro.
No, if I did, like, if I never put the controller down, bro, like when I was like, I don't know, because I stopped like religiously playing video games once I was like 12, 13, like starting to grow up. You're like, all right, like I'll play it for fun,
once in a while,
but like I used to like fiend that shit when I was younger, and like I got really good at games. If I never put the sticks down, bro, I'd probably be nasty right now, and I low key could like be making money off of video games. I wish I did. Like that would have been a crazy thing.
Nah,
like,
dude,
I'd also be
crazy.
fat as fuck still though, probably.
Yeah, nah, my
But I don't know. I liked being active more. I guess I was more drawn to that, like playing sports and stuff.
That's
so.
why. That's what my.
Which is fucking thank God, because like if I had stayed on sitting on my ass,
you would have been the same size.
I would have been bigger.
Bro.
No, I would have been bigger.
Yeah. My friend David, bro, honestly, low key, like, he should be playing, like, professional, like, Madden
Fader
shit, bro.
could have, like, Fader, Fader got really, really, like, good at Rocket League.
Oh,
and like, yeah, and you should see his setup now. I don't know why he doesn't like stream and like try to like take it seriously, because that's all he does, and he loves it.
Really?
And I'm like, dude, you need to like,
like
he invested. He has this crazy setup, and like, just everything's going for him. Like, he should fucking like try to like make it monetize it somehow, because he's really good at like any game he plays. Like,
well, that's just like the type of thing. It's just like working out. You need to have time for it. You need to make time for it. And
because it's like, but that's the thing. He gets out of work and he hops right on and starts playing video games.
So
He wakes up in the morning, he hops on, then he goes to work, and then he gets home, hops on. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't do that because I need to work out. I need to like do this podcast. Like, I have more priorities than like, oh, I'm sit on my ass and play video games. But like the fact that he does that and he's like really good at it, he needs to find a way to monetize it. That way, he's not wasting that time away, and he's actually like heading towards something instead of like just playing video games for the hell of it. Because like, he's really good. You spend so much time doing it, you got to like figure out how to make money off of it, bro. You're just wasting time at that point. Like, and that's why I don't play video games that much, because it's just like kind of a waste of time for me, because I got other things to do. But like, I wish I didn't. I love video games. Do you
remember a guy named Nick Young? He was an NBA player.
Yeah, actually I do. Yeah,
he's like a.
What's his nickname? He has a nickname, doesn't it?
Is it Swaggy?
Swaggy P?
Swaggy P. Yeah,
is that what it is?
Yeah. He's a
people are gonna hate us in the thing. They're gonna be like, I'm not a basketball dude, guys. I only watch playoff basketball.
He's a streamer though. He's a streamer for Call of Duty.
Yeah, some like athletes and stuff like join FaZe Clan and shit
Kevin
like that.
Durant too is too. Like, he's really good at FIFA and shit. Like, he plays that shit. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, sports games, I was like, I liked Madden. I hated 2K.
Really?
I was so bad at it. I could not figure out how to be good at 2K, and I would rage so much that I literally, the last 2K game I got was like 2K15. I didn't get one since, but I would always get like the Maddens and stuff, because I like doing like Ultimate Team and like franchise and shit like that, but I just couldn't figure out how to get good at 2K.
Have you ever played MMA? The UFC shit?
I used to play MMA, UFC Undisputed, back when it was on the Wii, bro.
Oh yeah.
But like, I would plug a controller in, like, or you can play like it's not like actual fighting. It's like you just play with the Wii controller or whatever. Yeah, I used to play with my brother on that shit all the time. That shit was mad fun.
How, was it like hard to like?
It was old. It was 2010, so it was an older one.
Oh yeah,
but the new one, I've seen like people play the new one. That shit's crazy.
It's actually pretty dope.
It looks so realistic.
Yeah,
too.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, like CGI and stuff is ridiculous nowadays.
Dude, they're like I think they said that you see how crazy like the PS5 sold out, like how it's so.
Dude, the PS5 doesn't exist. They only made like 2 of them. That's my theory on it. They only made like 2 or 3 of them, bro.
Yeah, but dude,
they made hella boxes, but they only made like actual like 2 consoles.
Yeah, but I feel like it just depends on who you know, because like my friend David, like he was able to get like all of his like family and stuff one and stuff. It just depends, like what you got to be quick too with all that kind of stuff, you know, because the shit comes out so quick. So
but even people who were quick, like a lot of people that were quick bought like 20 consoles, and then they resold them for like $900 and shit
even
like that.
More, dude.
Yeah,
that's what's crazy.
Yeah,
like,
one right now, like for resale, is like fucking like $2,000 or some shit like that. It's ridiculous. You know how many people probably make so much money because they bought like 30 of those systems?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's kind of like flipping stocks. It's like, or flipping shoes, or like something like that. Yeah. It's like, it's the same thing.
Oh, we're gonna have a podcast about my shoes one day.
Your shoes?
Yeah, we will.
We're going to talk about shoes on a fitness podcast, guys. We're talking about video games, right?
I mean, we might as well talk about something else, too. You know what I mean?
Speaking of video games, but have you watched any like new shows or movies lately?
Yes.
What?
Outer Banks.
Oh, okay. I'm not talking about Outer Banks. I refused to watch the first season when it came out because it was so hyped. It was like one of those shows where I was like, I don't doubt that it's good. Like, I know it's probably a good show. Everyone loves it. Like, I've never heard a bad thing about it. It's just the fact that it was so fucking hyped when it first came out. I was like, I'm gonna be an outlier and I'm not gonna watch this shit.
Dude, it was the only show that came out when it was like
yeah, true. Oh, there's a timer.
No, but yeah, like that's one of the reasons why I watched it, because there was no shows on when.
No, I watched Designated Survivor.
The fuck is that?
It's a it's a show about like the White House and like what would happen if like the White House blew up and everyone died in it and stuff like that. Like the designated survivor is like the person who becomes president when like everyone in Congress like dies and stuff like that. It was a really good show. The first season was really good, and they like try to they have to like figure out who bombed it and like everything like that. It's fucking really interesting.
Who was it like in it?
I forget who the actors' names are. It's like no names. It's like a TV show, so
was
it's like
it good acting though? Like,
yeah, it was. It was good. Yeah, it was basically it's basically like the president that like the designated survivor that becomes president is basically like the perfect president. Basically, to like what people would actually want to hear, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I just realized we never shut that thing off, and that's been like buzzing the whole fucking time because you hear it just go quiet. No, don't touch anything. Now it's done because it's like full or whatever. So sorry for that buzzing, guys. I forgot to turn off the dehumidifier downstairs. But no, I watched. Did you watch the Suicide Squad movie?
Yeah, I went and saw it.
What did you think of it? You saw it in theaters?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking stupid. Just get HBO Max, bro.
I have HBO Max.
Why didn't you just watch it there?
Because I can see it on big ass screen TV, bro.
What did you think of it? I've heard nothing but good things, right? And then I watched it with my girlfriend, and I didn't like it.
First, fuck John Cena.
Why? Oh, yeah. Okay, well, we don't want to spoil the movie or anything.
I'm just saying, fuck John Cena.
Yeah, but he's getting his own show, actually. His character is getting his own HBO Max series. But, like, it's just... I don't know. The fact that, like, it just, like... The movie was a good movie. It was funny. Mm-hmm. The story was, like, kind of funky, and that was the goal of it. It was supposed to be out of the ordinary, and I liked it. The only thing I didn't like about it was the fact that they threw all these new characters at you, right? Mm. And didn't give them any backstory, nothing like that. So you can't, like, have that attachment to the characters, and you don't get that attachment, really, until the end of the movie. Yeah, so, like, it didn't fucking matter.
It would, yeah, but I feel like they just couldn't because it'd be too much of a long movie. Like, they would have
Dude, it was only, a 2-hour movie. Like, they could have added, like, an extra, like, half hour of footage to, like, develop some of the main characters. Like, Idris Elba's character, John Cena's character. Like, just to show, like, how they got where they are now. Yeah. You know what I mean? It could have been, like, short clips and stuff like that. Did you watch the original one?
No, yeah.
The original one, it explained the characters' story arcs. Like, the beginning of how the fuck they got their powers and why they were in the jail in the first place and stuff like that. Like, I like that. But the first one, like, everyone hated it because the ending and the villain and stuff like that, which I get. It kind of sucked. And the fact that, like, Harley Quinn was, like, a main character. And that's another thing I liked about this one is they made Harley Quinn just a character. She wasn't, like... They didn't, like, force her on screen at all, you know what I mean? So that was good. But I also watched... I'm watching the Titans TV show. It's on HBO Max.
Oh, the Titans.
So it's based off of the Teen Titans. Like, I'm a huge superhero geek, if you guys fucking didn't know that. So, like, hit me up. Ask me anything.
Who's your fucking favorite superhero?
Spider-Man. All time. I read all the comics and stuff. I literally have them all. Like,
That's actually pretty dope.
I have, like, 30 of the comics up in my closet.
Don't sell those, bro.
Yeah, I know. They're refurbished ones, and they're not in the plastic.
Oh, yeah.
So those ones are only from, like, the 70s. So, like...
That's still pretty dope, though.
Yeah, but they're kind of damaged. Like, they're not going to be worth that much money. They're, like... I don't know. I'll probably get a couple bucks for them like down the future. But Spider-Man all-time favorite. But I was watching the Titans. I recommend it if you like superheroes. Mm-hmm. It's basically a spin on like the Teen Titans characters like from the cartoon. It's like rated PG-13. There's fucking swearing. There's blood. Dude, like if you watch the trailer for like season 1 or whatever, it's literally like Robin beating the shit out of guys, and then they're like, "Where's Batman?" And he's like, "Fuck Batman." Like it's a funny show. The acting in it's like all right. But yeah, it's like, I don't know. I just really like superheroes, and I think that's a good show. I like that a lot. And I watched, like, all the superhero shows, like The Flash and, like, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.,
how about
Daredevil, Punisher on Netflix, like, those ones.
What's the one that just came out with, it was the one, I think it was on Disney+.
Oh, yeah, I watched all of those. WandaVision, Loki, like, all those ones.
Loki, too. Loki was good.
Yeah, Loki was awesome. Yeah. And if, like, you guys like Marvel movies, but you, like, didn't want to watch the shows because you don't have Disney+, you fucking have to watch the shows before you watch any other Marvel movie coming up.
Yeah,
like, it literally is all connected. Like, you have to do it.
Now, who's your favorite Spider-Man? Like
what do you mean?
Character-wise, like
which actor?
Andrew Garfield.
Oh, Tom Holland's the best one, by far.
See, I think I liked him too.
I really liked... Tobey Maguire's. Andrew Garfield sucked. I didn't mind the movies, but he just sucked as Tobey Maguire Spider-Man. I liked
because his like he played like
classic,
a geek,
bro.
Yeah, I mean, he was a geek.
The thing that Tom Holland is so great at is the banter, like during his fight scenes and stuff like that, when he's like talking shit while he's fighting villains. Because that's exactly what it does in video games and comics. And also the fact that Tom Holland's actually young. He's not a fucking 30-year-old playing a high school kid. He's an actual high school kid playing a high school kid. That's why it like makes more sense. Mm-hmm. Like fucking Tobey Maguire was like 30 something.
Yeah.
Like when he started Spider-Man, bro. He's like playing an 18-year-old. It's like, what the fuck?
That's what most of the time that ends up being like. They can play that role. As
I just hate that when high school movies have like these old ass people playing high school characters. Like, what the fuck?
The show Outer Banks, like one of the reasons why I liked that movie is because of the acting. All like the people that act in that movie are like they played their roles like perfect. Yeah, you know what I mean, like you could tell that those might be they're like who they are in real life. You know what I mean? And I thought it was a good show. I thought the second because they're gonna probably have a third season too because it's kind of like
it's a cliffhanger at the end or whatever. Yeah, I know I'll watch it eventually, but it's just not something I'm interested in right now.
There's not that many episodes too. There's like 10 each for each season.
I have to continue. So I'm having my girlfriend. I think I mentioned this in a previous episode, but me and my girlfriend are like watching all the Marvel movies over.
Oh yeah, you were saying that. Yeah,
we got to continue finishing that before like the next Marvel movies come out because she's got to watch all the TV shows.
There's a lot of Marvel movies.
Well, she's got to watch all the TV shows too.
Yeah.
Well, no, right now we're only like a couple of movies away from Infinity War.
Okay,
like we did it like a night, like every single day we would watch one, for like a week or whatever. So we were watching like we were banging them out like nothing.
Yeah.
But next one we got is like Black Panther, and then we got to watch the Spider-Man one, and then like we got a couple more until like Endgame or Infinity War.
What's your thoughts on like how they left with the Endgame one?
What do you mean?
Like, what was your thoughts on how with like Tony Stark and
it was perfect. It was a perfect ending to that like whole story arc. Like they call it the Infinity Saga. It's perfect. I think it was perfect. And these shows that came out because the shows are what's came out after the fact. They're creating like the next like saga. Basically, so the next 10 years of Marvel movies all like start at those TV shows basically, and it's pretty cool. So like 10 years from now, we already like if you watch Loki, you kind of know who the villain's gonna be 10 years from now when there's another like Infinity War-esque movie, like a big ass movie like that. You basically know it's gonna be that dude that was at the end. I don't want to spoil it, so
but he plays a good role in that. He's good.
Yeah, but I've been watching war movies recently. So I went through like this period where I was like I like struggle with bipolar and stuff like that. I've mentioned it before. And like recently like my lows have been like really low. And the other day like I was like fuck it, like I don't know, I was in a bad mood and I was really down. It was like last week. I got to go to the doctors for it. But I like talked to my dad and I was like, dude, like what the fuck's going on? Like how do you do this? Like how do you live? Like cuz he's like been through some shit like in life, and I know he's like fucked up and he's been through a lot of shit and stuff like that, and like I'm just a fucking kid. Like I'm only 19 years old, about to be 20. Like I don't know what the fuck, like I don't know how to deal with like shit like that. Like he got divorced and like he lost his house, like he lost his job recently, and like he just like been through like shitty shit. And like so I just reached out to him because I was going through it, and I'm just like I've been stressed the fuck out recently because like life, it's hard.
Dude.
So I reached out to him and he was just like, maybe you like need to change of scenery or like a new job and stuff like that, and just like told me a bunch of shit. And he said that he went through this exact same thing when he was my age. Actually, shout out to him. It's his birthday today. Yeah,
happy birthday.
Low key, I think he just turned 50.
Really?
Either 49 or 50, but I gotta talk to him after this. I gotta call him. Yeah. But he was like, this is like exactly what I went through when I was your age, around 20, and it's what made me join the army. And I was like,
oh, your dad did that?
Yeah, he enlisted in the army. He served, I believe, 6 years. He was a sergeant. He was a medic.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Out in Afghanistan and stuff. But he was like, this is what made me join the army, and it just got me thinking. He was like, go to culinary school, like do this, do that, like join the Air Force, like move to Florida, like just do something like fucking crazy to like change your life or whatever. And like when he said like join the Air Force and like this is what made me enlist in the army, I was just like thinking, I was like, what the fuck? What if I did that? Like, what if I joined the army, like, and stuff like that? And I've just, like, been interested in it. I don't plan on doing it anytime soon. Like, it's not something that, like, I think it would be awesome to, like, join the army and be like, oh, like, I served just like my dad did and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, it's
and just serve for that 4 years to get, like, the benefits and stuff like that and, like, be a veteran or whatever. But, like, I don't think, but it's also like, if I go to the army, I'm gonna fucking do some badass shit. Like, I don't want to be no desk job pussy. Like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
I want to like be in the army.
You'd be surprised. Those desk jobs, dude.
No, they pay and they're good. I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I want to serve my country. You know what I mean? Like,
but they're still serving too. I mean, like,
I want to fight. Like, I want to like, I want to do something that like I know that like I'm doing something good.
In the military is a meaning. You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, of course. I'm not discrediting those people or anything like that.
Because recruiters, they're the ones that, like, have you ever talked to a recruiter?
No, not at all.
Yeah, I actually talked to a recruiter. He was playing basketball with us a couple weeks ago. And he's a Marine, though. And it's kind of cool because he went to for his right after high school he went for his 4 years, and then like because he says like everyone thinks that like you have to do like longer than like you can do as many years as you want.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to do those 4 years.
Yeah, like my dad did 4 or whatever. He came home and then he like went back for another 2 or something like that.
Like he says, sometimes people like they'll say that like what they'll do 2.
They'll fall in love with it,
and they just go because that's just what
they're addicted. Yeah, that's all they know.
That's their
all
family,
they know.
man. Like that's a real brotherhood.
That's with like the American Sniper movie. Like
that was a great
he
movie.
was just like addicted to keep going back, and like that's why his like wife and him like kind of like struggled or whatever because he was just like I can't like all I know is fucking war.
War,
like, But yeah, I've been thinking about that recently. Like I watched like basic military like training videos and stuff like that, like to see what branches are like, what their camps are like, their boot camps and stuff like that. And obviously like butts training is like fucking ridiculous or whatever and stuff like that.
Oh my
like,
God.
I don't think I would want to be a Navy SEAL. I don't think that's
Navy SEALs. They're
I don't. So I don't know. I'm like I feel like I'm a pussy, and I just don't want to be a pussy anymore. And I feel like...
What do you mean by like a pussy? Like,
I don't know. Like, I just like I get in my head, and I just feel like a bitch. I'm like, why the fuck are you so stressed out about like this littlest thing? Like you're a fucking pussy. Like, man up. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I feel like something like that would like just straighten me the fuck out. You know what I mean?
Well,
like,
that's usually what it happens.
It's like even if it isn't like Navy SEAL training or whatever, but like even if it's just like
you just
Air Force boot camp or like something like that, someone like yelling at me and straightening me the fuck out, like. I'd feel like so accomplished after that and just be like, all right, now that that's out of my system, like I can fucking live on with life. But I don't know. I just lately I've just been feeling like a pussy, and I'm like, why the fuck am I a pussy? Like, what the fuck?
It's like the small talk that's in your head that's like saying that you're like, something's going on, and it's like, oh, I mean, but like, but I feel like a lot of people go through that. And I've gone through that. That's kind of
what we're talking about today. Like, just we want to talk about today, like mentality and like and what it takes to like achieve your goals and like success, like and whatnot, but. We are by no means successful people. Go ahead, chew a little louder in the fucking mic. What are you, eating ice?
Why the fuck would you call me out? Just keep talking.
But we're by no means like successful people. We're just fucking young dudes. I'm technically like I don't know. I'm a new adult. Like you've been adulting for a couple years now, but like I don't know. It's just we're both still young. We've had accomplishments, but like. We don't really have much to like say. We're not like, fucking 50-year-old men who have lived through life and like know what the fuck we're talking about. But like I know I've set goals and I've achieved them. I've lost weight. Like I started a fucking goal. I was like, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds. I'm still not even there yet, technically. I met it and then kind of regressed and like still like trying to meet it. So it's like I know what it fucking takes to like keep going and like and succeed. And I don't know. Like I don't know about you, but you have like. You've accomplished things. You're obviously a different person than what you used to be. I don't know if you have like any like.
I have a new mentality too. Like like I feel like when I was younger, I used to always be like, I would wait for people to like help me with things and stuff. But now, like when like new attacks are going on, or like things that get hard, I try to like face them myself first, and then we go from there and stuff.
Yeah, that's the only. Like, so and that leads to like a quote. I fucking love this quote. It's like. I don't know who originally said it, but like the path with the most resistance has the highest success rate. So it's like if you're looking always for the like everyone looks, and this is funny because like I said, like I listened to the David Goggins like episodes and stuff like that, and he was talking about like how everyone just wants that like 6-minute abs approach to life. It's like everyone wants the fast way. Everyone wants to like be like and everyone like seeks out that end goal of like, oh, I can relax now. But there's no fucking end.
No,
there's
never an end. Like, there's really not,
never
man.
an end. Like life keeps going. Like everyone wants to like work hard for a certain amount of time and then retire. Everyone like literally everyone in life focuses on, oh, I can't wait to retire.
Yeah.
It's like why?
Exactly.
Why?
So you can just sit down and just get like grapes.
Yeah, I know. It's like
just sit down, watch TV and stuff, and like like.
I don't know. I guess a lot of people like we're built different. I guess, like, and that's like
it's a different mentality too. I feel like just a different mindset and stuff. Yeah,
I feel like a lot of the things you go through and stuff like shape you to the person you are. And so like a lot. And this is actually I have a question for you. This is actually a good question. I don't even have it written down. It just popped in my head, so I'm proud of myself.
All right, there you go.
Do you think? Excuse me. Oh, dude, you know what? I had so I. Sorry to get off track. I had tuna today. I have tuna like every day for lunch when I go to work. Yeah, because it's just I like it. Yeah, and I have like these little packs or whatever, and they're like flavored and stuff like that. They're like $1, bro. I get like 16 of them. Lasts me the week because I have like 2 at lunch or whatever with some rice. But I had like bacon ranch flavored tuna today. So good, like gas, right?
That sounds bomb, dude.
I'm burping it. And I can taste like the smokiness. It just tastes gross. Dude, it's disgusting. Like I've been doing it ever since lunch. I had lunch at 12 and what is it, like 4? Dude, I'm still tasting it. Like it's ridiculous. But the question I have is, do you think it's better for someone to grow up rich, right? Mm-hmm. Their parents are rich. They grow up in a rich household where their dad like is giving them everything and stuff like that. Or do you think it's better for someone to grow up in poverty and like realize what it's like to be at the bottom of the barrel?
Honestly,
and you can take this 2 ways because I'll be the devil's advocate on this question because I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say, but like I want to hear what you think about that.
All right. So I'd say, I mean, I feel like a lot of people would, but I'd say growing up in like in the pot, you know what I mean?
Because this is what I mean. Like most people are gonna say that, but I have a argument for that.
Now, but like I think I know what you're kind of going with this. So, so my family, they've had, a lot of accomplishments, with the restaurants and just all the other businesses and stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even actually think of that. Like, now that I think of it, like, we're kind of opposite.
Yeah,
So this is good because you're going to talk about growing up in poverty. I'm going to talk about growing up rich.
But,
it's like...
the thing is, though, like, some people don't realize this, but, like, people that, work to make their money, people don't just get rich.
Yeah, like when you grow up with rich parents, your parents work their asses off for that damn money.
Bro, like my parents, they never had a day off since April. They've been working every single day since last April because like one of the cooks quit, and then because of short staff and with COVID, the C word.
And for the people who don't know you, what do your parents do exactly?
They work at the cooks at Leo's and the Mezzaluna, and then they also,
which are restaurants.
Yeah, restaurants. And then my dad owns.
And so what do they own? Like what are the properties that they own?
So Leo's, Mezzaluna, and then we own apartments. We have apartments in Bourne, Onset. Some in Wareham.
Does he own, like, your dad owns complexes?
Yeah, complexes. Okay. Like, and like it's like kind of like Brandley Hills, like that kind of stuff.
Okay, yeah.
And we have some in like New Bedford, some in Rhode Island and stuff.
Hook me up, bro.
Huh?
Hook me up. Give me a crib. Get me out this damn basement, bro.
But no, but like by any means though, like my family, like, and people don't realize this. It's like they worked like their butts off, like. The house that we're in right now was the house that my dad grew up in when he was my age and stuff. And my dad had like, what is it, two brothers, 3 sisters, and then my grandparents. So that's like, over like 7-8 people in that house and stuff. And before that was like when my grandma and my grandfather were there. They had like tons of, like, when my grandfather had tons of brothers and sisters there, they had tons of family and stuff because we have a big family on my dad's side. But honestly, with me though, I feel like
so you grew up with parents that are wealthy, not like wealthy, rich, like, filthy rich, but they're good.
Like, they fit a good. We have a good like. Yeah, it's like it's pretty. We felt pretty good. It's good. Like it's not. We're not like. Because we still have to work, like, it's not like they don't have to work and stuff, so it's like, it's not like, I'm driving a Lamborghini, a Ferrari, it's not like that, and
yeah, guys, I think Cubes doesn't even have a car, guys, I have to pick him up.
Yeah. But, I think, like, what's the good things that, like, that taught a lot, it was, like, respect. Like, every time, when I got things, like, when I was young and stuff, I'd always say thank you. I mean, that's what you should do, but I've had some friends that they're so rude to their parents, man. I'm like,
it's that Cape Cod growing up in Cape Cod with rich parents.
I'm just like
that's why I'm surprised, and I like the way that you took it. I like the lessons that you learned. You clearly have like great parents. Like I've never met them.
Yeah.
Like, well, I met your mom, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I know you have good parents because of the way you act and carry yourself.
And that's what it is. It's like and it's all about like how you like if I feel like if there's a saying, like, if you don't respect your parents, you won't respect anyone in your life. Because it's just, and there's times when, people have things with their parents and stuff, but like, they're the ones that made you in this earth. So it's like, at the end of the day,
no choice.
You
like,
really,
you're stuck with them.
It's your family. So it's like, but, no, that's definitely like one of the major things is like respect.
So it taught you respect. In what sense though? Like respect for your parents because...
And just not be greedy. Like,
okay, because they're giving you things...
Yeah.
Like, you didn't... Okay, so gratitude is basically what you're thinking. It's
that's
like,
a good word. That's perfect. That's,
you're grateful for, like, the things that your parents provided with you, and you realize, like, kids have it worse. Like, a lot of people have it worse, and, like, I'm going to take this, like...
Because, like, when I was growing up, I didn't have all, like, born friends. Like, I had some friends from Wareham and stuff.
Yeah. And, so you know what it's like in Wareham?
Exactly.
Like, I grew up in Wareham.
Like,
so.
one of my good friends, Devin Parasano from Wareham, like, him and his family went through a lot of shit and stuff, and they were actually in one of our apartments that we have and stuff. And
stop slapping the damn table.
Sorry, damn.
You're like,
just making it. But no, we like pretty much like every time when he sees like my mom, he'll like call him his second mom, because like just like we would, every time we went out, like we'd go out, she would always get him stuff, and just like he was her son and another son and stuff. So it's like, and that's taught me a lot to just always give to others and stuff, that that if they're going through anything or something, or if they need help, give to them too, because it's and that's how I always looked at life too. It's just don't always be greedy and just care about yourself, care about other people too, and that's what taught me. That's what my family, and especially a lot in like with running Leos and stuff, like family's not just blood, it can be anyone. Like all the people that work for us and stuff, I'd call them like my family too, because of how long they were there and stuff and how good they are, and so it's just like it all comes into with respect and just gratitude, like you were saying. So.
Yeah, so back to the question, it's like I feel like, so how I see it, when you're growing up with parents that are wealthy and are set, right? They have not necessarily like growing up with a silver spoon, but like you're growing up and you're fine. Like, you got a roof over your head and shoes on your feet. And I did too. Like, I'm not trying to say like, oh, I grew up in the streets and the poverty and like, oh, like my life sucked. I had a great life. Like growing up and stuff like that. My parents were awesome. Yeah. But I did go through some shit. My family wasn't the greatest like family, like together and stuff like that. And like we all have our trauma and stuff like that. Okay, and like I grew up in a nice house. Like I had roof over my head, shoes on my feet, food on the table. Like there was never like anything like that. Like a lot of people had it worse off than me. Like I know I had friends like growing up that had it way worse than me, and I'm like, thank God. Even though like I wasn't like the greatest of circumstances, I still had way better circumstances than other people. So it's like when you grow up with parents that are wealthy, I feel like it makes you realize like my parents work fucking their asses off for all this stuff. So you realize like what a work ethic is, and you realize like, oh, like even if you're getting handed shit and like you're growing up and your parents give you the most expensive gifts and you always got nice ass clothes and stuff like that, it's like you realize like that shit isn't gonna last. Like you're not like that shit isn't given. Like they earned the right to give you that stuff. And I feel like when you're a kid that's growing up like that, you realize, okay, I'm gonna have to work my ass off to get this stuff too. Yeah. I mean, unless you're like inheriting and stuff like that.
I feel like, see, with that, it like depends on the kid, because I mean I've seen a lot of kids that like, or just people that they grew up in like that, and they're still just rude as shit.
So that's the shit end of the stick. Is sometimes when you grow up like that, you just think everything in life is going to be given
handed to you. It's everything's on a silver platter.
And then you're a fucking little bitch, and you fucking bitch and moan when you don't get what you want. And you try to take that 6-minute ab approach to life, because you're like, well, fuck, everything in my life has been fucking given to me. So like, what the fuck? Like, why aren't these people giving me shit? Like, you know what I mean? It's like I should be given everything, and like you kind of grow up with like a god complex where you like think like you're better than everyone else, and that sucks. But not a lot of people like that. Like that's why like you're not like that. Like, but on the other side of the story, like you grow up in poverty and stuff like that, you realize like, damn, like I feel like I don't know.
I like what you said about like work ethic. Like
you realize your parents are working hard.
Had that it's like I look at with what my parents went through, and it's like, all right, I gotta use that as my good work ethic and just keep going.
And that's like one of the points like to talk about today is just like it's gonna take a lot. Like, you gotta work hard, and you gotta want something, like, really bad in order to achieve it. You can't just, like, expect it to happen.
Fuck
like,
no.
you gotta work for that shit.
Yeah.
But on the other side of that story of the question I asked is, like, when you grow up in poverty, you realize, like, damn, you kind of realize, like, the same kind of thing. It's just on a different spectrum. It's like, well, shit, like, you realize, like, say your parents are shitty, they're drug addicts and stuff like that. You realize, like, I don't want to be like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that kind of makes you work hard in that sense. It's like, so there's two sides of that story. It's like, you grow up with wealthy parents, you're like, okay, I got to work hard like my parents do to get the wealth. You grow up with shitty parents that are drug addicts, you're like, I got to work hard so I can get money so I don't have to end up being like them. Yeah. So it's like two sides.
It's no matter what. It's like same story,
balance. Different book. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
That's kind of what it's like. Yeah. But, yeah, so either way, like, and I didn't grow up with, like, my parents are fucking great parents. And, like, but I dealt with some shit. Like, our family, like, had its struggles. I got evicted when I was in Wareham because, like, my parents got divorced. The house was in my dad's name. Mom stopped paying the bills. We had to move out because we couldn't afford the house. Yeah. It was a big ass house for, like, a family of, and there was only 4 of us in it now instead of the 6 of us or whatever. So we had to move out, and that's when I moved to Bourne. And when I moved to Bourne, I moved, like, I grew up in Wareham. It's like, I believe it's like a level 4 school, like on the verge of closing down when I left. Because, like, it fucking, like, the failure and dropout rate was so high. Yeah. Luckily, I'm a smart kid. I got good grades and stuff like that. But if I stayed there, I probably would not be where I am today.
Hanging out with the wrong people and stuff.
I was already hanging out with the wrong people. I had, like, I think my 8th or 7th grade was when I left. That was my last year there. I think I had, like, 60 office detentions and, like, like 2 or 3 suspensions.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but they wouldn't kick me out because my grades were good. I had
so
A's
it was one of
B's.
those. Yeah.
So they're like, you're too smart. Like, why are you doing this? And I'm just like, it's fucking fun. Like, I was just a jackass. I was a fucking dumbass kid. Yeah, and I was hanging out with kids that thought it was cool and stuff like that. And I was just trying to fit in and be cool.
Isn't that like that's the thing too? It's just like people that try to fit in and do things that, like, if you
fuck fitting in, guys, like, literally fuck fitting in, like, like, and that's, I want to talk about that today too. Like,
that's a good,
dude, everyone cares about what everyone thinks of them and every little thing you fucking do. It's like, if you want to fucking do something, who gives a fuck what the person next to you thinks about it? It's like, if that's what you want, then fucking, like, get after it. Like, start doing stuff. Like, I started, like, I do music. Like, if you're listening to this, like, maybe you know, maybe you don't know, I don't know. But I'm a rapper. I'm a hip-hop artist. Like, I make rap and hip-hop songs. I started that shit when I was 14, when I was a freshman in high school. It was the first year I started it. I fucking sucked. And I was so insecure because I got bullied for it. Like, literally, like...
You got bullied when you were in high school?
Dude, like, bullied, like, in the sense that, like, oh, like, chunk, oh... I still get bullied for it, bro. And I'm like, grow the fuck up. Like, I like making music. It's what I want to fucking do. Like, realistically, like, that's what I want to do in my life. If I could be a famous rapper, not even famous, I don't give a fuck. If I can monetize my music, bro, like, and make money off of it and make a living that way, I would fucking love it. Like, that's what I've wanted to do, you know? Like, my dad plays guitar, and he's been in music his whole life. It's in my genes. Like, my grandfather plays music.
That's actually pretty sick, though. Yeah,
dude, cool. I got the fucking music notes tatted behind my ear.
That's amazing.
I got the treble clef tatted here. Like, I got this sick ass tattoo that I want to get. I'll show you after.
No, I'll tell you one thing though. That's like, I don't know if you're in like being like religion and stuff, but like they say like that type of stuff is just like, it's God. That's a God gift right there. That you're.
Yeah, dude. You know, people ask me all the time, "How do you do it?" I'm like,
that's a
I don't fucking know. But like I said, like when I started, I sucked. Like I wasn't good.
It's like
and
most
I literally
things,
I got bullied for it. But guess what? I kept fucking doing it, and over time. Like, and this is with anything. This is like, in order to get where you want to go, like, you gotta fucking practice. And people say practice makes perfect. I don't like that saying. A soccer coach actually told me, like, a long time ago, practice doesn't make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Because if you're just fucking dilly-dallying when you're practicing and not trying hard, you're fucking, how's that gonna make you good? You gotta actually, like, put in the effort when you're practicing and trying to get good in order to get good.
Progress over perfection.
Yeah, for sure. Hard work beats talent when talent isn't working hard type thing. But I sucked at it and I kept going because I was like, this is what I want to do. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, this was the first time I realized that it doesn't fucking matter what people say. And people still, like I said, like, bully me today. Like, oh, Chunk, when's your next song drop? And I'm like, first of all, like, why are you asking me? You don't care. Like I don't you're just asking me to like start a conversation or to like make a joke or like something like that. It's like you don't actually care when my music's dropping. You never supported me when I started, and people don't even realize. But my music today is fucking way better than like what it was when I started. Like ridiculous.
Like each year,
dude, I've been doing it for 7 years now, or 6 years. 6 years now. Yeah, going on 6. And like it's just so much better now. And like people like ask me like, oh, when you dropping a new track? I'm like, if you actually cared, you'd already know I drop a song every single Friday. Yeah, like, so why are you asking? So why are you asking? Like, you're just trying to make a joke. You're trying to like be funny in front of a group of girls or like something like that. It's like, even, like it's like, bro, grow up. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, and they just like still like, and people do it to this day. And that's why like I realized like I'm an introvert. Like I hate going places. I don't like. I only have a few friends. Like I keep my circle small, and it's not like I'm saying that to try to be cool or anything. I really like just don't hang out with people. Like I just like sitting at home. I like hanging with my girlfriend. I like watching movies. I like doing shit like this.
You're I know what you mean though, because I ran
into someone. Continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. Like I don't know if you ever realized, but like my whole life, I've never been like that. I like to do like I like to high school. Like I was never going to parties and stuff because I didn't like.
See, I was because I was still that kid that was like I want to fit in. I want to be cool.
I never had that
because I was the new kid. You grew up here, so I was the new kid. So I was trying to prove a point. Like I'm cool.
I feel like everybody tries to do that in our towns. Like in every town, it's just everyone wants to go to like the party and stuff, and it's like why? I mean, I understand like it's cool and stuff, and and it's experience and stuff, but it's like, what is that really how you want to spend your nights?
I know people
shit-faced and stuff.
Name not be spoken, but people still do that, and it's like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you got to grow up at some point. I fortunately I grew up with 2 older siblings, who grew older than obviously, like they grew up, and I realized like, dang, like I kind of got to grow up too, like eventually, and like fortunately I grew up, I matured faster than like from my friends and stuff like that. So like the other day, like I got invited to a party and I was like, yeah, I'll go because I just wanted to say hi to my friends, and I hit up one of my friends and he wasn't going, so I was like, do I really want to go? And then like it came down to it and I was just like, I don't want to go, like this, like I don't have fun because I'm not drinking right now anyways, like I don't party, I don't do any like stupid shit like that. And it's like, if I go there, I'm just going to see the same people that I saw last time I went to one of these parties, and like they're just going to be annoying. They're all going to get drunk, and they're just like going to be bummed. And it's like, I'd rather like take my time, be productive, like
read a book or
just do something, go work out,
practice
walk,
your music and stuff.
And that's what and that has a lot to do with what it takes to succeed. It's like you got to like realize that all that shit does not matter. Like
no,
it doesn't. All they are blockades. Like it's just like a roadblock. It's like. It's like, are you really going to stop at this roadblock? And then so it's going to affect you not even just that day, but like the following days. Because then you're going to like go to this party. You're going to waste like a couple of hours there. You're going to get drunk, which is going to fuck up your sleep. You're not going to sleep. The next day you're going to feel like shit because you're hungover and you didn't get sleep. You're going to go off your diet. You're going to like, in this like, this episode doesn't even have to do with like fitness, not necessarily, but like obviously like we relate our success in the sense of fitness. So it's like, oh, then you're gonna go off your diet because you didn't get good enough sleep, so your ghrelin hormones are up, and the fact that your decision making is like flawed because you didn't sleep well enough. And that's a thing. That's why sleep is so important, because if you have a good night's sleep, you're more often than not gonna make the right decisions.
And then you're gonna probably be an asshole the whole day because you had no sleep. So.
And then people are not gonna like you. And then you're gonna fucking like hate yourself and turn to food to fucking make you feel better. Like me, I've done it in the past. Like I know what it's like. And then you're gonna fucking not work out that day because you're hungover, and then it's gonna spill over to the next day because you're like gonna be like, well, I didn't do it yesterday, so I'm already failed. And then it's just like, it's just this never-ending cycle, and it takes so long to get back into it. And it like we've talked about this before, but I want to get this fucking tatted on me too because it's fucking dope. But like, a lot of the shit is like, oh, does that night like, all right, so you have your whole fucking life. The average person lives to what, 75, 80 or something like that. You have your whole fucking life to do all that shit. So, like, why are you wasting... Like, people say, oh, you got to do all of it in your 20s to get out. It's like, the people who all did it in their 20s are not successful right now. The people who fucking grind and put the fucking... Put the pedal to the fucking floor. Shit, like, when they're young are the people who are fucking vibing out and fucking on vacations when they're older. It's opposite. Like, people get it wrong. They're like, oh, well, we got to do it now because we're going to be in a 9-to-5 job and be miserable the rest of our lives. It's like, no, like, do all this shit now like work your ass off now, build something, like build the foundation now,
umpire,
build up a business, whatever, and then like once you're like 40, you can retire like 20 years early, and then you can do all that shit. It's like you can party, you have your whole life to party.
And you're still young, dude. Like 40, you're young, like that's still kind of young.
Yeah,
so it's like...
people say like, oh, like I don't want to sacrifice like my friends and stuff like that. It's not even it. I think we talked about this. Wait, hold up. Okay. It's like. It's not a sacrifice. Like, none of the stuff is sacrificing or sacrificial. It's investing. It's literally an investment to your future. It's it's like you take that sacrifice, like we'll call it a sacrifice for the sake of this like argument, but it's like, all right, you're sacrificing that fun night with your friends and a couple of memories that you probably won't even remember because you're fucking hammered. You're sacrificing that in order to have a shitty life. It's like, why not sacrifice that partying or whatever, or my fault, you're not sacrificing it because you want those memories and shit like that. How about you sacrifice it, quote unquote, aka invest in it, invest your time elsewhere, put the pen to the pad, like develop something, or like go to the gym instead, like that, and that's an investment into your future self, rather than thinking of stuff as like, oh, well, that's a sacrifice I'm not willing to make. It's like, no, that's an investment I'm willing to make so that way I can be better in the future. It's like, and that's how I see like lifting and stuff like that. It's like, all right, I'm going to take this hour out of my day where I could fucking like go home, relax, chill out, like, I don't know, fucking watch mindlessly scroll through social media or something like that. It's like, no, I'd rather sacrifice that time, and invest it into a gym workout that's only going to take 45 minutes to an hour to better myself, my mental, my physical health, so I can be better in the future. It's as simple as that.
That's what it comes down to, yeah.
Literally. Sorry, I cut you off.
No, you're good, but like, just like something about like you were talking about with like your friends and stuff, but like, I remember, I think it was like...
coffee's gone.
I think my uncle said this. He was just like, all your friends most of your friends that you have in like, when you're in like school, middle school, high school and shit, when you're like older, they're not gonna probably be your friends. Like, you're gonna probably have...
Dude, I don't have any friends. Like, I have all the people I grew up with, like, I know them, I'm cool with them. I just don't hang out with them. None of them are my real friends. It's actually funny, like, my best friends through middle school, I still, like, have a couple of them. Like, Paul's obviously, like, one of my boys. Yeah. We'll probably have him on the podcast one time because I just want to roast him. Because, like, he's one of the people that's, like, still, like, partying and stuff like that. It's like, bro, like, when are you gonna kind of grow up? Like, not to be rude, like, if you're watching this, Paul, but it's like... That's how I see it, and that's like me and him don't hang out because he hangs out with a different crowd that likes to party and stuff like that. And he knows I don't like do that stuff. It's like we hung out like a month ago or whatever, and we just balled up for like an hour, and it was like nothing changed. Like it was still just two middle school kids like hanging out or whatever playing basketball. But like just people change. Yeah, people change, and like I have some friends now that I never thought I'd be friends with. AKA you. It's like you and me connected because we like I lost weight. Like we like I don't even know like how we connected really. Like obviously we knew each other, like, but like the same
kind of energy that we just like. You know, we both have the like. We both
have work ethic. We both have like a mindset.
Good mindset.
Yeah, it's like and we have the same interests. A lot of that. It's like a lot of the things that I became interested in throughout my journey of like losing weight and stuff like that. Like my interests shifted rather than me like all like. Playing video games, partying. What else did I fucking do? Like, I did work out, obviously, a little bit, but that wasn't, like, one of my things. And now my interests are, like, I want to develop a business. Like, that would be fucking sick. Like, I want to be my own boss. I want to work out. I want to learn about, like, other shit in fitness. Like, I'm always constantly, like, trying to learn, like that's why I like talking to you. Like, like, learn how to podcast. Like, I want to fucking do that because I want to, like, one day I want this to be, like, a source of income and I want to monetize it. But also, like, learning, like, talking to you, learning about running because, like, I want to run someday. Like, I want to be a runner at some point. Like, and, like, obviously we're going to bring guests on. We haven't yet, but, like, in the future we will and, like, learning from them. Reading books, like just mental health books, personal development books, fitness books, like different like ways. Like the book I'm reading now, I'm learning a new style of like training, like based on like physics. It's like I'm learning. I just like to learn, and like
that's all about life.
Yeah, and it's like all those interests that I have now. All my friends have different interests. All my friends, like all the people that I used to be friends with, like all have different interests. Sorry about that, guys. Battery issue once again. But we're getting better at it because this is the first time it happened this episode, and
that's not that bad, dude.
Yeah, we're pretty deep.
We're pretty good. We're getting good.
Yeah, it's because I'm charging the batteries. I'm learning. Like I said, we're learning how to podcast. So,
yep.
But yeah, people change and people's perspectives chip. And I hate when people say like, "Oh, people don't change." Like, and never do. Yes, they fucking do. I'm damn living proof of it. Like literally, like I used to be a fucking jackass. Like, and like I wondered like, and this is why I always like tried to fit in. Like I was like that weird kid. I was the Wareham kid who thought he was cool. I used to sag my pants. I was like I grew up with a bunch of street kids, and like I wanted to be like them and stuff like that. So I came to the school with all these like preppy, like richer kid, like people that are wealthy, like grew up with wealthy parents and stuff like that. And I couldn't relate to anyone, so I'm like, all right, well, I gotta like try to do something. So like I was trying to be the funny guy, like get drunk at parties. And I realized, and I was the rapper, and like then I realized, like, oh, like I'm nothing like these people. I'm not interested in what these people are interested in. So why the fuck am I trying to fit in? And then like that's what like my perspective changed. And then like obviously I went to college. I literally chose my college. I went to Plymouth State University up in New Hampshire because no one in Bourne High School was going there. I was like, I want to get the fuck away from everyone here. I want to like start from scratch, like redevelop myself. Obviously like that didn't work or whatever. I dropped out and stuff like that, but I definitely like changed my perspective on life when I went through that school and stuff like that.
You learn things, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, and then I came home and like realized like why am I friends with who I'm friends today? Why am I doing all this partying and like trying to fit in? I realized like when I was in high school, dude, I didn't even get invited to parties.
Really?
No one invited me to parties. I had people like, remember the YOLO shit on Snapchat?
Oh, yeah.
Like where people could send you anonymous messages. People would like swipe up on mine and be like, bro, why do you even come to parties? Like, you're never invited. Like, why do you show up? It's mad weird. Like, no one likes you.
Really?
And I'm like,
dude, people really did that?
Yeah,
dude?
and I feel like I know who it is, but like, we're cool now. Even if it wasn't him, but like, yeah, this is what I mean. Like, I got bullied, bro. I literally got, like, people tried to bully me out of, like, people tried to make me quit rapping. People tried to make me, like just quit. Like, people wanted to break me down mentally, basically.
Do you want to know some crazy shit? There is some people that, like, things that they wanted to do, but because other people were saying, don't do it, or you're going to suck at it, they stopped doing it. And that's, like, the craziest thing is that those people really, like, you know, were able to, like, it's like, you know, it's bullying, but it's like, how cruel could you be to do that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, but that's just who they are about themselves, you know?
It's because they're insecure about themselves.
Exactly.
And they're like, why would you do that? Like, and they think in their head, like, oh, I would never do that, so why would this person do that? And they just, like, get in their head and, like, they try to, like, put it down on you.
Or if you ever realize, like, think
or their parents, like, or they tried to do it before, they failed at it, or their parents, like, bullied them for it, so then they try to, like, bully other people about
like,
it.
You ever think about how, like, they say, like, I think it was a thing on, like a Joe Rogan's podcast, how they were saying that like people that bully other people, you realize that they're bullying people that are down, like lower than them, that they think that they could beat up, or that they have the crowd behind them that can attack them and stuff. So it's just like, because you don't see people that are picking on dudes that are the size of you now. You know what I mean? It's always the people that are smaller or they're overweight.
No one picks on me now, and it has a lot to do with like me being mature, and like people like maybe like will try to, and I just don't let it get to me. I'm just like, oh, okay,
yeah,
like, cool. Still people to this day like do the whole like, oh, when you dropping a new song, and I'm like, I literally answer them. I'm like, don't ask. Yeah. You don't care. Like, I'll answer them straight up. Like, I got the fucking, like, meanest, like, no filter now. Like, I don't give a fuck what you think about me type of shit.
Yeah.
And this is what it takes. Like, we talk about, like, this episode. Like, literally, I'm going to title this episode, like, what it takes. But, like, it literally takes you to not give a single fuck about what anyone thinks or says about you in order to accomplish whatever you're trying to accomplish and do what the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
And, like, it gets to the point now where, like, when people, like, ask me shit or, like, try to, like, pick on me about, like, whatever, like, and anything like that. And a lot of people don't anymore because they realize what the fuck I've done. Like, I've lost almost 100 pounds, and like people can't do that. Like, people cannot do that.
Yeah.
Not the average person cannot do that. And it takes a lot of fucking, like, mentality. Like, you gotta, like, literally, like, want it so fucking bad that you do anything and anything possible to fucking get to where you want to be.
You're living proof, you know? So people that say, oh, it's impossible.
It's
really
not.
Nothing's impossible,
If I can fucking do it, anyone can. I'm not a magician. I'm not a fucking superhero. Like, I'm not, as much as I wanted to be a superhero when I was a kid. But, like, I'm nothing special. I'm nothing special. Yeah. I wanted it that bad, and people get it confused when they say, oh, I want to lose weight, but it's hard. It's like,
No shit, it's fucking hard.
Yeah,
like,
damn right. And that goes back to the quote. It's like the path with the most resistance has the highest success rate. It's just how much shit can you go through and keep going. It's like, it's not about like, and like this people want the quick, they want the fat loss pill, they want the weight loss pill, they want all that stuff. And it's like you feel better and you are like so much better on the other side of it when you fucking work for it and you actually do it. Like I'm proud of myself and I don't like give myself enough credit and realize like what the fuck I did and how I look. I
can realize that you don't do that.
I'm not done yet. You know what I mean? I'm always I'm not done. I'm not satisfied. I'm never gonna be like, it's just that's who I am.
When I saw a quote that it says, once you're satisfied, that's when it's all over because you're satisfied. You ever see one of those people?
You're done.
Yeah.
That's why people when they lose weight they're like, all right, I want to lose 10 pounds. They lose that 10 pounds, and they're like, all right, I did it. And they go back to what they were doing before. And it's just like, you're going to gain that weight back and then some because...
And then that's like all, like, in athlete-wise, sport-wise, too. I mean, look at all the people like Tom Brady, his first Super Bowl. You know, he could have been like, oh, yeah, I'm fine with this one. But it's like, no, he's just going to keep going and keep going. You know?
Yeah, and satisfaction. Being satisfied is just another thing to blockade, like, winning and, like, getting better. I have it, like, written down right here in, like, some notes. It says... Being grateful but unsatisfied is what breeds hard workers and all successful people. Because the people that like the people that work hard are the people that still want more. Even your parents, they're probably like, I want more money this week.
Yeah,
like this year, I'm trying to make double what I made last year. Like, and that's what keeps them going.
Yeah, that's the point of it. It's just to keep going.
Yeah,
I mean, it's really that's the quote. I mean, I have it on my thing on
what is
Instagram and shit. Just keep going.
Yeah,
just
keep
going.
Get it tatted like right here,
dude,
or like on your thumb.
Oh yeah,
or like something. I don't know. So when you're running, you can see that shit.
That's actually. I mean? Oh fuck, man!
I think Nick Bear has something like that. It's like he has on his arm. It's like do one more.
Oh, let's
do one more or whatever. So like when he's benching, like you can see like do one more type shit.
Yeah. That's actually pretty sick. Yeah,
sick ass tattoo. I wouldn't want to copy it, but I like want to do something like that. Like keep going is a good one.
Yeah.
Just something along those lines.
Yeah. No, definitely.
But like, I don't even know. We got sidetracked. I forget what I was talking about. But yeah, it takes a lot mentally. And that's the whole thing about it is it's in anything, not even just like losing weight or like, or like, I don't even know, like, this is just life.
Any goal, like in life.
Any goal you have. You want to fucking make $100 this year? I don't know. You gotta take action. Like a lot of people like expect shit, and this has a lot to do with like people growing up and getting everything handed to them. Growing up with that silver spoon, they just expect like shit to happen. It's like no, you have to do shit, and this goes with motivation too.
Oh fuck!
I don't know if we talked about this, but like you don't get. Okay, no, I actually talked about this with my coworkers, so I haven't talked about it on the podcast, but it's like people are like, oh, how do you stay motivated? How did you get motivated? How do you motivate yourself? And blah blah blah. Like. Are you fucking dumb? There's no such thing. There's literally no such thing as motivation. There, like, put it this way.
Yeah.
You don't get motivated until you fucking do something.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just expect it to just be like, all right, I'm motivated today. I'm going to go to the gym. That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's like, well, maybe it does, and maybe you're just fucking weird, and that's how it happens for you. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how it happens for other people, but I literally was like, I'm sick of this shit. I went to the gym, I did a workout, and I was like, damn, that fucking felt good, and that motivated me to go back the next day.
Yeah.
So in my eyes, you only get motivation from doing the shit. Like, you can only get motivated by doing the work. It's like, that's what's going to motivate you to keep going, like, the next day. It's like, I saw that scale drop, and I was like, fuck yeah. Meaning, I lost the weight, so I'm going to keep going to keep losing the weight. It wasn't like, oh, like, I watched a motivational video and then that made me go. It's like, what the fuck? Like, why are you seeking? Why? It's like, that's not going to be there in life. Like, it's like, go ahead, watch every fucking YouTube speech and motivational video or whatever in your whole fucking life. That's always going to be there. Yeah, sure. But if you're always seeking that motivation from external sources other than just what's up here, you're going to fucking lose. Like, you need to, you literally need to, like, you need to develop that motivation, that self-talk yourself. No one's going to do it for you.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And I wanted to talk to you about that because, like, that's what a lot of people say about, like, people who run and, like, runners and stuff. Because, obviously, like, people who are running ultra marathons and 100-mile runs and shit like that, them motherfuckers are crazy. Like, they got something up here that, like, keeps them going.
Yeah.
They got, like, a demon. Like, I don't know what the fuck. They got bullied or something,
yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, like, what keeps you going, like, when you're running? Like, what?
Dude, honestly...
That first time when you ran.
Everything that I went through... the first time I ran, it was, like,
The first time you ran a long distance.
Long distance, so... That first time, because I was running the canal, that was, like, the first time. I think it was, like...
Did you have a goal that day? Were you like, I'm gonna run this long, or did you just like say, I'm gonna go for a run?
No, I said so my original was like, all right, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna run 4 miles, and that was but that was like, because I said, like, honestly with me, it's like when I say I'm gonna go run, like I have to make sure I tell myself how many miles I'm gonna do, because I'll just keep going, because that's just like every time, like that's how in life it's just you just gotta keep going, and that's like the kind of quote that I live by and stuff. You gotta just keep going, and that's why it connects to running.
Yeah,
and stuff,
so
you know what I mean?
I hate to interrupt you because I asked a question, but
yeah,
I have 2 things that I tell. This is what I tell people. They're like, "Oh, how do you lose weight?" Like, I can't lose weight. I don't know how to like, or like I've tried and it doesn't work. It's like there's only 2 things. And this is like what it takes to be successful. Like this episode, or like what it takes to achieve a goal. It's like there's 2 things. You're either doing something wrong, like you're completely doing something wrong, or you just fucking haven't been doing it long enough. And that goes back to people like just want the fucking fast results. They want something easy. They want the pill. They want the 6-minute ab like approach to life.
Yeah.
But you gotta fucking like I've been doing music for fucking 6 years, bro.
Yeah.
I've made $30 or something, or $40. I've made $40 in 6 years. Like I don't even know how many songs I've released, bro. I've released a lot of songs and like tried, and I've put a lot of money into it, and like I've only made $30, but guess what? I'm not gonna fucking stop because I know I haven't been doing it long enough. It's like those are the only 2 things that you know, like, and take this, like, you can take this from me, you can not believe me, but I thoroughly, like, I with all my heart believe that like the only way to be successful is to do something right and do it long enough. And once you do, if you do it long enough, it's like the 10,000 rule. It's like you could do something 9,999 times and still not be winning, but that 10,000th like rep or whatever is like you win. It's like bang. It's like, what if you gave up? Like, what if you were like, all right, I've done this 9,999 times, like I'm fucking done. It's like, what if you just kept going, did one more rep, and like then boom, like something happened.
Yeah.
It's like that's how I see it. It's like you either aren't, or you're doing something completely wrong. Like maybe like you're trying to diet and lose weight. You're eating way too many calories. Like simple as that.
Yeah.
And you don't even know. It's whatever. You have to diagnose that problem first if that's what it is, or you just haven't been fucking doing it long enough. And my client that I have right now actually like hit a plateau in weight loss or whatever, and I'm like, no, you fucking didn't.
Yeah.
Like, just keep going. Like, he kind of, like, had, like, a problem with the scale, and I was like, bro, just keep going. Like, keep sending me your weigh-ins. Do exactly what you're doing. You're making tremendous progress. And he was like, yeah, but I feel like, because I told him, like, oh, like, a pound a week is, like, good. So he was, like, thinking, like, oh, that scale has to go down 1 pound every single week. Like, that's what kind of, like, clicked in his brain. And it's, like, not really. Like, it's like, going to be, like, 1 pound a week, or it's going to be, like, 0.7 this week, and then you're going to go up a pound next week, and then you're going to go down 2 pounds, and it's like an average of 1 pound a week. And I told him that, and he was like, okay, like, I get it, like, I'm going to just keep weighing myself, and I'm going to keep going. He's down another 3 pounds in the past 3 weeks. I'm like, bro, like, I fucking told you, like, you're doing great, like, it's like, you have to keep going, you just have to do it long enough, and, like, eventually, like, you're going to see those results, regardless of what it is. Because
you're gonna, no matter what you go through in life, or whatever your goals are, you're going to go through downs, but those downs turn into ups if you keep going.
Yeah, exactly. That's so I like this is there's no such things as wins and losses. There's wins and learning. It's like all the losses, like you can lose as many times as you fucking want, but the only way you can fail is if you give up.
Yeah,
it's like you're like, I've lost a shit ton of times, but I never gave up. I've gained weight. I'm up weight right now, like from my lowest or whatever. But like I haven't lost. I've lost, but I haven't failed yet. Like once you quit is when you fail.
Actually, I think I kind of like, it's kind of like that quote, but it's every loss that you have or you go through, it's a lesson. But it's
there's no such thing as losses. It's just wins and learning. Wins and learning. W's and L's. Yeah, and I have a feeling that like. And I know a lot of people are like this. Like, a lot of people have always put the blame somewhere else. It's like, oh, it's because my genetics. Oh, it's because my metabolism.
Yeah.
Do you even know what a fucking metabolism is? Like, like, no, you don't. Someone said that to me at work the other day. They're like, oh, I got a slow metabolism. It's like, do you even know what the fuck that means, bro?
Yeah.
Like, you don't. You literally don't. It's like, I'm not going to get into what a metabolism is, but like, it's just pissing me off when people say that. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we can talk about it another day, but like, people always have something to blame, and they never just blame themselves. Yeah. It's like, no. You just haven't been doing the work, or you haven't been doing shit right. Like, you haven't been doing it long enough. Like I said, it's like you gotta like literally, and that's something that it takes a lot of self-reflection to achieve what you're trying to achieve, regardless of what that be. It's like you have to fucking talk to yourself and realize like it's me. That's like it's my fault. It's me that's doing this. It's me that's screwing up. It doesn't have to do with anyone else. Like you're not making enough money. Cool. That's because you're not working enough hours. It's like work more. It's like work harder, work more. Yeah. Get another job. Like it's like exactly. They're like, oh, but it's like this and that. It's like, oh, but then I won't have time for this. It's like, well, what's your fucking priorities? It's like, and that, dude, like prioritizing what matters to you most is going to be like super beneficial. Because if you don't realize, like, say you want to lose weight, it's like this goes back to the sacrifice or like investing in your future. I didn't fucking hang out with like anyone for like a year and a half, bro. Like really? I swear, like I did like here and there, but like, dude, I didn't have a cheat meal. And we talk about this in episode 0, like when I talk about my journey. I didn't have a cheat meal or like cheat on my ketogenic diet when I started losing weight for 6 months. Jeez. I was fucking hardcore, like strict, like I'm not touching a carb, like type shit. And it fucking worked because then when I introduced like, like cheat meals and stuff like that, I'm like, all right, cool. Yeah. Back on track. It's like I adapted to the fact that like why the fuck, and I have a feeling that has like a lot, like people like, if I get a new client and stuff like that, I guarantee their first question is gonna be like, all right, when do I get a cheat meal? It's like, no, you already failed if that's the case. Yeah. Like if that's what you're thinking about first, like you don't want it that bad. Yeah, and you don't have discipline. Cause that's wanted it, so I didn't your fucking. Discipline came into play. Exactly, it's all about what your discipline. People don't realize that half the time they say they want something, they don't actually want it. They want to want it. They want They want to want it. Like they want the feeling of actually wanting it. So I wanted it. I wanted to lose weight. Most people that I talk to just want to lose weight. They want the feeling that I had in order for them to do it, and that's what they blame it on. Yeah, it's like you either fucking want it or you don't. Stop like acting like you want it. Yeah, because if you did actually want it, you would fucking do the work to get to where you want to go. And like, you know what I mean? It's like people like say, "Oh, I want to lose weight, but I can't because like I got a full-time job." It's like, so the fuck do I? It's like, what the fuck? Exactly. I did it all. It's like I just don't understand people's mindsets sometimes. It's like they say that it's like one of their main excuses they don't have enough time. It's like. But it's like you eat shitty food already. Just make it better. Just stop eating the shitty food. And it's even like just taking in 15 or even up to like half an hour. Walking 10 minutes a day. It's like, you don't have fucking 10 minutes? Well, stop scrolling through fucking Instagram. Like, dude, I stopped scrolling. Dude, my screen time used to be fucking like, I swear to God, it probably was like 4 or 5 hours a day. I stopped. I got it down to like 3 hours. And I was like, fucking awesome. Like, it's great. I just deleted Instagram. It just dropped another 30%, bro. But now it's like 2 hours and 2.5 hours a day. Like it dropped another like hour. Yeah, dude. You know how many people, like how much time people spend on their fucking phones? It's like crazy. Get the fuck off your phone. Go to the grocery store and buy some healthy food, and then you can lose weight. Like stop focusing on fucking scrolling through TikTok and shit. Social media is like one of like the most like it's addicting. It's a drug. Yeah, it's addiction. It's literally a drug, and that's the way it's structured too. It's toxic. It's the way it's structured. Yeah. Yeah, people, like, blaming is, like, literally a sickness, and so is fucking social media. It's fucking just literally disgusting. Have you ever realized how, like, the people that, that post things on social media, that's not who they really are. And no, that's a highlight reel. Yeah, exactly. It's literally a highlight reel. And people are scared of what other people think of them. Like, if they wanted to post, like, something, like, they'll delete it because they're like, oh, I don't look good enough. Like, it's like, that's what you look like, motherfucker. Yeah, exactly. That's literally what you look like, so. And some people just, they do certain things for, like, the clout, and they're trying to get it for, like, the likes and shit and stuff. And everyone's a sheep, too. Everyone's like follows the crowd and does what other people do. Like all these like people like our age is having babies and shit now. It's like you're just trying to have a baby because you're a baby. You want like a baby because like so and so got a baby and they got this many likes on their posts. It's like you're fucking stupid. Yeah. But I like the fact of like being an outsider and being like an alien. Like people I like looking different. At you. Yeah, I like being different. I don't like being like how everybody else is. Cause stop being like everyone else and trying to fit in, guys. It's fucking stupid. But yeah, I feel like we covered a lot today.
No, definitely, yeah.
This episode will probably, I don't even know what the fuck we're gonna call this, but this is a great episode.
This was good.
Had nothing to do with fitness, but I mean, it was good. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed. Share this with a friend if you did, if you learned something, or if this helped you out on your journey, or maybe it got you off your fucking ass to start doing what you've been wanting to do, but you're scared of what other people think of you. Cubes, where can people find you on Instagram?
ACubes123
and on Snapchat
ACubes123.
And you can find me at the Trevor Violet on Instagram, TheTrevorVioletTTE. And you can find me on Twitter too at LEJEHNDARY. Thank you guys for listening, and we will see you in the next episode.